What's up guys, I'm Joe and this is how to do a fence layout. All right, so we are here in Stonebrook subdivision, but we are gonna walk through what it takes specifically here, like on new construction without any existing fence, to do our typical layout of marking out of where the fence lines are gonna go, where the gate's gonna go, and prepping for the guys to get started to dig and set posts here.
Who with you today?
I got Brandon with me. My main man Brandon. He's helping. Hey. Hey, it wouldn't be possible to get this laid out without some help from Brandon. So let's go check it out. This, I don't know if you can see it over there. Hey, you can see, we got a little horizontal cedar trash can enclosure they did across the street. So I'm gonna do the same thing, coming from this corner, which they got a sprinkler head right there, so we may have to talk to him about that. I have to move that. But it's gonna be a L, just a section here, and a section back to here. Just enough to. So yeah, that's just a trash can enclosure area. And then they're gonna do similar to across the street. That's traditional 6-foot pine. So they want to start off the back of this sidewalk, which with the gas line runs in here, but we'll have to attach to the brick and then come out a section to miss the gas line and the electric line there. Okay, let me line up that concrete. Go just. I'm just gonna use it just as an edge to see. Just go right in side there. Let me just see what that looks like. And this electric comes through here. Okay, so they want a 4-foot, let's see. Let's check our work order. So what I'm thinking through is they got a gate on this side, but we also got a electric line, which I want to be, well technically, if you imagine that's where it's marked, technically at minimum we need to be 18 inches before we start our hole, but I went ahead and went 2 feet over and then marked where our post would be. So we've got just enough room. We're just seeing where this, so 4-foot gate, because we still want room to support this gate to have our gate post and then still have a corner 4x4 post, even though it's going to be a small section. But looks like we got just enough room to make that happen. Still get a 4-foot gate in here. And then I marked that as the hinge post because, anybody know why we got that as the hinge post? Yep, bingo. So we got slope away from the house, which is typical because typically you're wanting to do your dirt work to where the water comes away from the house. So when we build that fence, we want a nice clean line kind of flowing with this ground. But when you imagine hinging a gate, if we were to hinge it on the high side, whichever way we swung it, it's gonna start to drag. So if we hinge it on the low side, then it's gonna swing really well. So that's why, especially on a single, you can't get past it always on a double, but on single, you always want to hinge from the low side. Okay, that's less than 8 too, so that works well. We can do a 2x4 on the wall and have a section coming out to our post. And so yeah, we don't have to dig any closer than this, within 2 feet of this mark. Should be good on our utilities. Let's do a rough walk because they got the pins back here marked. But then before we leave, let's just run a string line up to the front to show them exactly where this corner's gonna be. Right here, it's already exposed. Oh, right there. You're gonna see if there's actual. Well, that one was easy. Couldn't be so lucky on the front. So we're good there. When the guys get here though, standard is usually to come 3 inches inside and run a string line so that we've got margin for 2x4s, pickets, whatever, on wood like this, and still be on the inside of the line. So yeah, this just follows. So you can see our drawing has a couple of breaks. It runs to that pin and then runs to the other pin. Then it looks like in that run there, between this pin and the next one, that we're gonna do another walk gate to get back here to the back, and then follows up. And there's the survey. It kind of shows that same shape. So yeah, let's just check these other corners. Yeah, there should be. Okay, so yeah, we got a pin there where that rebar and the can is, and then one right behind you. I think that's what they got marking it, yeah. This is where the 4-foot single gate is.
All right, which side are we gonna hinge it on? Which side are we hinging it on?
Pop quiz.
Oh. Pop quiz. Which side's the low side? That side, right?
Yeah. Let's say it looks like it's falling this way. This slopes this way, so not only does the slope matter left to right when you're figuring out the hinge side, it also matters with the swinging out or in. So with this falling back this way, it's gonna have to swing out. You got it.
It's long enough now.
Hey, yeah.
I know.
So yeah, that's typically what we mark of showing like, hey, this is the hinge post and it's gonna swing this direction. And then I wanna run a line off this side of the house just to make sure we've got a good line, cause like, we'll probably go pretty perpendicular from the house, but since this is in the cul-de-sac and kind of a pie-shaped lot, I just wanna make sure it looks okay the way that it's coming off of the house. I'm gonna go all the way to the front, or start there and then work my way back. I'm just gonna temporarily tie off here. Off the line, right? Yeah, I mainly want to see how it looks. Cause like I said, we're inside the property if we stay on the facade like they're wanting. So I'm not so much worried about this line. It's just I want to make sure it looks right coming off the house there. Well, from here it looks perpendicular to be here, but I don't necessarily want it to be perpendicular because it's pie shaped. Because if you go straight perpendicular while this line is going this way, it's gonna make it look like it's too far back. So I kind of want to split the difference of not being a weird angle here, but it's kind of subjective, but you kind of want it to be more of a straight line to from the road. Sometimes it's a precise math. Sometimes it's what's your eye gonna see, what's it gonna look like. So sometimes you gotta kind of play the difference. This is an example of a layout for new construction. So this is new construction, obviously no existing fence or anything. So that's why you see us doing a little bit more checking on like, hey, where's the property pins? What's the plan? This is also us here before the crew gets here. So this is a Friday, they're gonna be here Monday morning. So depending on the scope of the work and what's going on, sometimes we'll come a few days beforehand and get things marked out and prepped for the guys. Other times it's easier or best for us to just meet them on site the morning of that we're starting and setting post. So we've got kind of our initial layout. We're gonna go through and do some of our checks. We're gonna verify measurements. You'll see us, I'm gonna actually make, since we're here before the crew, I'm gonna actually make a layout video for them, and we use a project management tool called Trello. That's all our work orders are on that. So I'm gonna record some videos on Trello to make sure everything that Brandon and I discussed here and that we discussed with the homeowner is properly transferred to them for when they're out here on Monday. All right, starting on the left side of the house, we're gonna come off the house here and come out to the sod line. Now there's a back pin right there where that rebar is, and then the property line actually goes out a little bit, but they're gonna stay in on the sod line. So just follow the sod line here, and then we'll use this pin as our reference, so it come just a few inches in to run our string line. And then same thing, we're gonna go along the back, and then there's a pin there and a pin up there. I'll show you as we go along the back. And then in this neighborhood, all the pickets are gonna be out. Okay, here's another mark here, and we'll stay right inside of it. Keep going down this way. Now on this one, there is a 4-foot gate here that's lining up with the steps coming down the patio, and then it kind of falls here, so thinking that we'll hinge it here and then swing it out, and we'll keep going on along to this next pin here, and then from this pin stay just a few inches in, and we're going to go down to this other, and then you can see the corner pin here, and then I've got a wood stake up there. Brandon and I already ran the string line 3 inches inside of here, and then 3 inches inside up at the front, which is where that wood stake is. So you can put your stake where that wood stake is and come here just 3 inches inside and be good on this line. And then we're just gonna cut across the front. And then here we've got a walk gate, enough for having a corner 4x4, and then our 6x6, and then I've got it shifted to this corner to keep us away from this electric line to where it'd be a couple feet there. And then we're gonna have to go right here, and then because of the gas and concrete, just have to attach a 2x4 to the brick, come this way. And then last thing is an L-shaped, this is gonna be wood post, but then it's gonna be horizontal. It'll be a 6-foot section here, and then a section over here just to hide the trash can. So just this portion is gonna be horizontal, and then all of this is dog ear pine privacy. Okay, so I'm shooting that to save on our work order. I'll label those, clean up everything, get all the information on that for them, and they'll be ready to get started. All right guys, thanks for checking out that layout with us. I hope that's helpful. Make sure and like this video, it helps out a ton, and subscribe to the channel for more fences just like this.